BMW and Mercedes are getting sued by their own respective countries. Now, if you thought the EPA was bad, controlling small businesses, not controlling, but suing and putting enforcement on small businesses, small shops, well, now the big boys are getting attacked. And it's something we should talk about. So let's do it. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Talking Mods. As always, we appreciate you guys watching, and we're going to talk about what's going on. These big manufacturers, BMW, Mercedes, are getting sued, even Volkswagen actually, by their countries. But before we do that, guys, as always, I just ask you guys to subscribe if you haven't, or hit the like button at the end if you did enjoy the video. Again, and this is the shameless plug, Mod Bargains for all your automotive needs. Now, I want to get into this new piece of news that just recently came out. Before I explain what happened to BMW and Mercedes, we should understand what's happened before. So Royal Dutch Shell Company, so as we all know it here is Shell gas stations, right? They are a huge, just like Exxon and so forth. Well, they got sued.
The court has ordered the oil company Royal Dutch Shell to reduce CO2 emissions more quickly.
They created a group called the NGO, and they got sued, basically saying they haven't done enough, and by 2030 they need to have a plan in place to reduce emissions by 45%. Even though they're committed to doing so, to reducing emissions, the citizens have said they haven't done enough, and they won. They won that case. So now it's created this precedent of citizens or groups within the country going after companies. In particular, this now happened in Germany. A group formed up, which I cannot pronounce, so I'm just going to give the abbreviation and we'll write it out for you guys, but I don't want to butcher it and I don't want to look... Anyway, it's...
Duh.
Yes, duh. Well, that's the abbreviation. So, duh has now put a letter out and is going after BMW and Mercedes, and actually even, I believe, Volkswagen. So, particularly what they're saying is that they haven't done enough in initiative in order to reduce emissions. So they're saying that every company has to be responsible for reducing the carbon emissions that is released into the environment. Now, this is not something new. And, we've seen this happen before, and you see this whole ramification where industries change. And in the past, they said, okay, well, we have to be better at emissions, and we're going to go into we're going to force onto diesel. Well, what ended up happening was all these companies started producing diesel, and they didn't realize that nitrogen oxide was creating all this soot everywhere, right? So you have soot, and it's creating all this bad for the environment. And they're like, oh, wait. We don't want to do so much diesel anymore. That's not good. BMW said by 2025, they want to have 50% of their fleet with an EV. Well, in this statement from them, with this lawsuit, they have to have a plan in place by 2030 to be all EVs. And so for Mercedes, something of a similar nature, again, by 2030, they have to respond. And now Volkswagen, they had initially set out that, hey, by 2035, they plan to have all their entire vehicle, their entire fleet of all EVs. Actually, Volkswagen said this. So very impressive for them to be, hey, we're going to be on the forefront of reducing emissions. And they, BMW, for example, had said, hey, 40% emissions will be cut down if that was their hope. But not good enough. They're getting sued. It's just really a strange thing, right? Because you are doing a business, you are producing products that people want, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. I mean, that's the thing. This creates a precedence. If these lawsuits by these groups of citizens can then affect these businesses who are creating a product that people want to buy, this will set a precedence for airlines getting sued, other gas companies getting sued, and just other industries. This could be a big time trickle effect. So kind of scary for just seeing what's happening out in Europe, and makes me wonder what could also happen here. We're already seeing all these ramifications happen in different states. We're seeing a lot of different changes. So this could affect their industry. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. And guys, I would love to see your comments, what you guys think, and get your thoughts. As always, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next Talking Mods.